instrument was that?
That was a guitar.
A tuba? A sousaphone?
It was a normal adult size amateur's acoustic guitar.
An oboe?
Basically. I was smoking last night and a hot cigar ash dropped on one of my ukulele strings and popped it. Fucking nylon. So I had to get my actual acoustic guitar, which does not fit in this space. I can't, like, first of all, a guitar is like the size of a human chest, and I forgot that. That's crazy how big that thing is. And I can't put it in my chair next to this table because one of the arms is under the table, and it's just too big. It's gonna knock over a drink. It's clumsy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've ordered new ukulele strings. These are black, but they're Ernie balls. So trusted brand.
All right.
Those strings were only 6 years old.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're the ones that came from the factory with the ukulele. So how have you been?
There's ups and downs, and that's kind of it.
Damn, bitch.
I've been the spectrum of everything.
Same. 3 weeks is a long time.
Yeah. It kind of is.
Like I'm suspecting we're gonna talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier today, and when this episode comes out, it might be over.
Yeah, probably.
Because we record every 3 weeks, and then I think we're 2 episodes ahead of real time. So like, in 6 weeks you'll find out what we thought about episode 1.
Well, they'll be finding out as they're listening to this.
Yeah. We're definitely going to miss the content rush. Yeah, we didn't benefit off of WandaVision either. That came out and it's just like, all right, no one cared about our predictions by the time that. Well, you got that WandaVision.
Yeah, I got that out
real
immediately.
quick.
I got that out within like a couple days. And nobody seemed to be interested in that, so that's fine. That's why I wasn't in a rush to like try and finish that off.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a lot of interest in it. I think that video only got like 2 views.
Well, to be fair, once the show actually ended, I don't think anybody thought it was that interesting. So, yeah, I don't know who's. I'm glad I watched it, but I'm not like. But I'm not heralding it as anything special.
But yeah, so how was your 3 weeks or whatever? You do anything?
I am doing something today. Hopefully, all of the parts should be in. I was taking a gander. I tried to get my old computer to work, and I had assumed that it was just the power supply, because absolutely nothing would start. So I bought a new power supply, and this fancy little bitch has a test cable, where I can basically plug it into a dead end, and it creates the circuit loop by itself. So I could test it outside of the case and know for sure that power supply is alive. And so I hook up the computer to the new power supply, and nothing. Power supply won't start up. Nothing spins. There's just jack shit. So I take it back out, run the test circuit again. Power supply is alive. That means either the motherboard has something wrong with it and it can't complete the circuit, so it's just not going to turn anything on, or something on the motherboard is fucked up and can't complete the circuit. So for me to figure out what that is, I'd have to, at the very least, like rip out the motherboard. I'd probably have to unplug and plug in everything. There's a chance it could be something something's grounding it out. It would be a lot of work, and at the very least, I'd probably wind up buying a new motherboard anyway. Damn. So I got that stimmy check, and I was like, what do I really need for a computer? I've already got this new power supply. I need a motherboard and a CPU, and everything else I can just pillage out of the old machine. And that'll last me until I can buy some fancy things, like these absurd fuck-ass graphics cards. So
I had a very similar experience, kind of, sort of, at least having to do with computers and such.
Tell me about your experience.
I got on Amazon, and then I spent $1,000, and I got a new computer.
Oh.
And it was like super cool and like fast and everything. And then I tried to edit stuff, and it was all stuttery and dumb. And I'm like, motherfucker. So I get on the interwebs and I look up on Adobe and everything. Even though this thing straight up said it's great for video editing and blibbity blabbity bloobity. And then it was like, yeah, this is not gonna work. So it's like, well, fuck. And then of course I cited the words where it said that it's good for editing and rendering and all this shit, and then, you know, it just doesn't have the components for that, which is what I needed it for. So I returned it, and now I'm just waiting to get my money back.
That sucks ass.
Yep, I did. I've been doing a bunch of research on what I actually fucking need, and the graphics card thing is just insane right now. It's
Yeah.
so fucked.
The one that I was going to order, I thought, like, I read an article like that was posted a few months ago that it should be running about 700 right now. And I use what's a website called PC Part Picker. It's what Aaron recommended to me. It goes through, it has every part that you need listed. It'll find prices for different parts. It'll tell you who's selling it. It'll tell you if there's a discount. And it will check compatibility of parts so you can't put the wrong thing in there. Yeah, and the GPU that I wanted, it gave me the price that it's selling for, and it was selling for $900 when I put it in the cart, and I was like, I hate this market. This is ludicrous.
Yeah.
And I checked it 3 days later, and it was up to $1,200, and I didn't know what the fuck that meant. So I go and investigate where they're getting this price from, and it has two sellers: Newegg, which is a trusted parts dealer, which is out of stock, selling it for $530. Nothing compared to what I was about to try to pay for it if I could kill somebody for that amount of money. And then there's an Amazon seller who is a scalper selling it for $1,200.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's only two places selling that card right now, Newegg and then some website I'm not familiar with. But the website I'm not familiar with has an interesting thing. It has an order queue for the back order, and they're public with their numbers, and they also tell you how many people or how many GPUs are shipping in. And they had 3,500 people on the waiting list and 2,500 coming in at the 1st of April. So it's...
Holy shit.
Yeah, they're 1,000 people behind on being able to serve up these GPUs. But if you can wait, if you've got those diamond hands, the GPU I want should only cost $530, not $1,200. And yeah, so I am going to wait and probably once every couple of months upgrade a piece of the machine. I wish I would have done a more thorough checking on who's price gouging what, because I probably would have gotten a better CPU. But I've gone with that Ryzen 9. It's the 12 core. I had those 16 core fantasies, but it's still twice the shit I had before, and a newer generation of architecture. But all those parts should be in today, and in a few months I'll upgrade the GPU, and hopefully I'll start taking editing gigs. I'm going to go through and build up some easy templates. I'm going to go rip off some product pages and I'm going to put together some shit that I can hit up all these small local businesses and be like, dude, for $100 I'll put all your products in something that looks like this. And hopefully start weaning away from this call center job, because it is not, I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not ashamed to say it anymore. I just hate the job. It fucking sucks.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Keegan quit the job already. Keegan is going back to Pizzahut. Keegan would rather deliver pizza than do this job.
I'm starting to think that Pizzahut is just an amazing job, because I know other people who ended up quitting Pizzahut at some point and then going back.
Keegan's been back to Pizzahut like 4 times.
Maybe Pizzahut's just great. We don't know it.
It is great. If you're a delivery driver, once in a while you have to do dishes, but like that's rare. There should be a dishwasher and a cook. But no, you pick up a food and you drive it to someone's house and you spend the whole day in your car listening to music. And you never have to drive more than 5 miles. By the end of the day, and they were like, oh man, we have way more wear and tear usage on our vehicles. It's absurd. They should pay us for wear and tear a little bit more extremely. And I'm like, oh yeah, how much do you drive for a shift? And they're like, up to sometimes 30 miles a day. And I was like, bitch, my commute to work is 30 miles one way. What are you talking about? Ridiculous. But yeah, it's a great job, and now they're paying more. Pizza Hut actually has a standard minimum wage, not driving plus tips, but it's minimum wage plus tips and gas reimbursement. So the sign says that they pay 15 plus an hour.
Really?
Yeah, and they do make that. Keegan and Aaron were always able to pay their bills. There are times where people aren't tipping very well, but then there's times they are tipping kind of well. It's like there's an ebb and flow to it. I would not have gone back to Pizza Hut while I was living on my own, but Keegan's got a steady girlfriend who is getting promoted at Walmart, so they're dual income. They've got $5,000 saved up. Aaron is working at Pizza Hut in fucking Washington. Pizza Hut's so good. Yeah, it's not bad to be a delivery driver. You don't get benefits or anything like that, but if you were between gigs, like, the worst that could happen is that you get shot by someone. Like, but you could do that. Could happen anywhere.
That's true. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
That part of it.
Getting robbed for the pizza.
Because there was, like, I don't know, probably a decade ago, a lot of, like the area that we lived in.
Mustang.
Western Heights territory. You know, Southside Oklahoma City, where there was people just ordering pizzas and then just murdering people.
Yeah. Yeah, there's techniques for spotting when that's a bad situation, and murdering the pizza guy was so cool in Oklahoma that there's some apartment complexes that have a permanent ban on ordering pizza. Ironically, the one behind the Home Depot, the former Home Depot. So there's a Pizza Hut that's on 44th and Sunny Lane, and then on Sunny Lane, like less than half a block away, is an apartment complex that killed like 3 delivery drivers. So less than a block away from a Pizza Hut, they won't deliver there. Which they should tell you that on your rent application if you're trying to move in. They'll be like, hey, you should know, you can't get Pizza Hut here. There's been too many murders.
But that's all I eat.
I know. Their
Why
wings
would
are
you
garbage.
do this?
I like their pizza most of the time, though. I tried their... Go ahead.
Don't normally order from them. I did today, though, so that was weird.
What'd you get?
I got a fucking barbecue pizza thing.
I'm sure that was good. I tried
Yeah,
their
it was
Detroit
okay.
style finally. I wasn't gunning to do it, but Mom wanted to try it.
I don't know what that is.
They're selling Detroit style, which means that the sauce is on the top.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, some people just do that.
I kind of liked
interesting.
it. There was more sauce, but I also felt like you could just dip pizza in sauce.
You know what's interesting, though, about this pizza that I ordered? There's hardly any sauce on it, and it came with a side of sauce. So I wonder if that's what they're expecting me to do. Let's pour the sauce on top of it.
That's stupid. I've ordered
Yeah,
quite a bit of Mazio's. Their wings are really good.
I won't do Mazio's. No Mazio's for me.
Their pizza is trash. They have the worst pizza, for sure.
Aren't they the ones that, like, put the pepperoni under the cheese?
My microphone slipped down. I don't know how long it was. It wasn't super far away, but... While we're talking, I'm going to run in and get another piece of tape, because that's necessary.
Is it?
It is. I have to tape the microphone to my body. I'm just going to sit
Okay.
I'm just going to sit here and hold a microphone like a psycho.
Well, okay. I was gonna say you could just like get a microphone that just sits there, but
Purchase one and wait
I
for
just
it
said
to
get
get here.
yes, right now.
I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll get a desk mic once I have a desktop set up, which hopefully will be later today. But
Ooh.
then I can't smoke while we talk because I'll be inside.
You can bring it outside.
I'm not bringing my... I lost my earbud. Everything's falling apart.
Get good, scrub. Jeez.
I'm not bringing my fancy supercomputer outside to smoke and collect dust or shit. I don't know.
I did.
Did you really?
No.
Oh.
That's dumb.
Because I saw that you've been. I saw your photo of you enjoying your. We just have to pause for a second. I'm doing abusive things to this microphone.
Like sexually?
I said we're pausing. Kirklands has quality all beef hot dogs,
See, when you say Kirklands, I think about the place I used to work.
which is confusing to me too.
I'm like, nah, we didn't sell hot dogs at all, bro. Not a single hot dog. Mostly just really gross, stinky pictures and like vases and shit like that. Gigantic portraits of Santa Claus for some reason. Like framed paintings of Santa Claus. It's like, why the fuck would you need this? Do you love Christmas that much?
Well, I wanted to ask
It was
you
like
about
$200.
that. Do you guys actually have any affiliation with Costco?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So you did not work at the place that makes decent hot dogs at all?
No.
So
Worked at the place that sold overpriced, like real shitty art that's supposed to be rustic and shit. You know, we sold like tin buckets and stuck like a flower in it and said it was art.
Okay. that is actually rustic chic, and there's a lot of 45-year-old
It's disgusting
women
and I
that
hate
will
it.
buy that.
How old?
45.
Okay. So I thought you said 25 at first. I'm like,
Maybe if they do product, or if they do like baby photography, stuff like that, you put that next to a baby on a grassy field. That's a photo.
disgusting.
Yeah.
I guess if you live in Oklahoma, that's a thing.
Well, John loves that type of shit. He's a big Pinterest ripoff. We did baby photos for my sister's first kid, Daisy.
I recall.
Yeah.
But I figured that was a your sister's choice thing.
No, John was like, I've seen this. There's this great photographer. We're going to put a baby in a bucket. And I was like, what? Why a baby bucket? That's fucking stupid. We'll put a towel in there. And I don't understand. And sure enough, man, he puts this baby in a bucket. Fucking, it's golden hour. The baby's backlit. We go to that place. Who's the big famous guy with the airport? Will Rogers. We go to the Will Rogers Park.
Will Rogers.
Will Rogers Park. We go find some like cool foliage and fauna, and yeah, there's a baby in a bucket, and it looks like professional photography.
Yeah,
Everybody
sad.
loved it, and that was kind of the beginning of me roasting the shit out of his Photoshop skills and his general photo editing, because the pictures that we took at his house with the softbox, he was doing vignettes at the time where he would really over brighten the center. And then he was also like putting way too much blue in the shadows. He was just doing dumb shit, and like it made it look like he killed my niece because she was cold and blue, and there was darkening around the edges. It looked like a crime scene photo. And I was like, dude, I know my sister only paid us in this weird shitty beer, but you can't send.
See, I think that makes that a much more interesting thing, though.
Well, I was gonna take that photo and then do another Photoshop where I give her arms track marks and put a crack pipe in her mouth.
See, that's way better. Like, fuck your dumbass, boring, everybody loves this dumbass baby photo. You want to stick a baby in a bucket? You're gonna stick them in like a janitor bucket. Do that. Make it fucking weird. People be like, why this? They wanted a bucket, a baby in a bucket. I don't know.
Baby's an expensive prop for comedy, but I think it's worth it.
the most expensive.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna make one, but I could probably. I mean, it's Oklahoma. Someone's always having one. But
That's true.
yeah. Did I drop a fucking mic again? Dude, duct tape is lying to me.
You need Gorilla Glue.
Man,
Then you can just stick it in your hair.
I think the big events that changed, I keep like not going to the topic, but my sleep schedule's not fixed. As you could tell, I was late to the podcast again. Sleep schedule got worse today. probably need to wean off of alcohol for a few days and just take Benadryls and not play video games at night. But I'm done with the apartment.
But you love playing video games at night while drinking and smoking and stuff.
I know, and it's interesting because I can't smoke inside, and I'm not bringing video games out here. So it's like...
Why not? Hello?
No, I'm here. Just a stupid question. So I'm not
Why is that a
associating.
stupid question? You got stuff. You can go outside. You got like a fucking, I don't know, Game Boy or a cell phone or... You got a Switch? You said you got a Switch.
That's right. Keegan, with his stimulus money, bought me a Switch so we could play games while I'm out here in Okmulgee, and he has not hit me up. What up with that? Because I bought Smash Brothers, which is he bought me a Switch, and I'm grateful, but that's still a giant investment. It's like the most expensive game. It's still
It is way too expensive.
It's still $60, and if you want to get all of the characters, it's another $60. And then to play online, you have to get Nintendo Online, which is $20. I spent $140 to Wi-Fi with this fool, and he ain't hit me up.
Jesus.
I know.
Yeah. I purchased a Switch as well and was looking at games, and I'm like, what the fuck do I even want?
I assumed you were going to go for Animal Crossing.
What do I want? I thought
Zelda.
about it. Another one that I thought about. I mean, the thing is, there's a bunch of games coming out soon, and since all these games are hella expensive, it's like, I think I'm just gonna like put away a little bit of money a month and then just acquire shit as it comes along. I almost got Mario Maker 2 because it was on sale, but decided not to. But yeah, like, and I was looking at the Pokemon Sword and Shield and shit, and that's about as expensive as Smash Bros. With everything as well. So it's like, I don't know. I think I'll wait.
That sucks.
I mean, I did get a game, but we'll get to that when we get to games.
Okay. So I am done with my apartment complex. I applied for the rental assistance. I've done all the court things. Their rental assistance is going to pay out my lease, and technically I still live there until July 1st. Like, it's still in my name and it's paid through, but yeah, I've moved in. I've gotten all my shit. I wasn't sure how court was going to shake out, so I went back. I got all my stuff. That's why I have the guitar again. All the instruments are here.
Okay.
It does suck to have my sleep schedule like flopped because I start the day very anxious and kind of shaky most of the time, and that's a bad situation for taking these phone calls that I hate. So I've got to get my sleep schedule fixed. I know I'm no longer associating playing a video game with smoking or smoking with drinking and playing video games because I've had to divorce the two because I can't smoke inside. Although I could bring that Switch out here, boy. But
Yeah.
it should be getting easier, and hopefully I'll become not necessarily a morning person, but an up and around by noon person.
Okay.
And I think that'll be the best flavor of life. And then I'll have a cigar with coffee. I probably won't do an evening cigar anymore, but days like this a weekend, boy, we get fucked up, get crossfados, Barbados, and I'm going to smoke these cigars and get probably I might drink tonight. I don't know. It's supposed to be picking up free play for my parents. I don't know. I think
Okay.
my next two big investments will probably be, of course, getting the computer up to top specs, and then that marijuana card.
Oh yeah. That's some good stuff.
How was that process for you again? It was $100 for a consultation and then $200 for the application?
Nah, it's just $200 altogether.
Okay. And you got
$100 for the consultation and $100 for the card. And then I thought there was like an additional cost for the actual card, like because there's $100 for the application and everything, but they just sent it to me after that, so $200.
Rad. I might do that next month then.
Hell yeah.
Start my weed journey.
The weed journey.
That'll probably start about the time I get my second vaccine shot.
Oh, you got a vaccine shot?
Yeah, for those who can put together things based off of what I said, I got my first vaccine shot.
Hell yeah.
I missed 2 appointments trying to wake up early, but I finally got to one.
Wow. You fucking slacker.
I'm a piece of shit.
Man, alright, so at work, we get emails and stuff for, like, important shit, and I was so pissed off, like, 2 weeks ago, because there was, like, they moved me into the scan room, so I didn't get a chance to check my email for, like, 2 days, and then when I finally did, there was a thing where it's like, hey, vaccinations and shit, you know, sign up and blah, 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 and then I went to do that, and all the shit was filled up, and I was so fucking angry for the rest of the day.
Just fill it out online, dog.
I've done that. I did that in February, and then they were like, hey, you're available, and, you know, here are the locations and everything, and nobody had anything. But luckily, yesterday, what pops up in my email, they're like, hey, yo, vaccinations and shit. So my appointment for my first one is on April Fool's Day, so we'll see how it goes, I guess. What a cruel prank that would be.
Yeah.
But they had a list of them, like they were on multiple days, and I picked the first one there, and it was April 1st, so, you know.
Arthur, chew on one of the other sticks, dude. We got, Mom put a fire pit out here, like, I don't know, she thought it would be cool to have fire while I smoke a cigar, and she watches. I don't know. But I got Arthur a stick out of the stick pile that's used for kindling, because they have a fireplace, so they've chopped down some trees on their property, and they have nice sticks for that. And he's had that same stick since we moved here. But I started doing the fire pit, and he started seeing me find quality sticks, carry them to a pit, and then light them on fire. And he was not okay with that. And
he wants the smoked ones.
He tried to take a fiery stick out of the fire. He was definitely, before I got the fire started, just taking sticks out and putting them in the yard. And now he knows that I'm walking to if I'm trying to make a fire, he knows I'm walking to the stick pile, and he'll try to get it out of my hand. He doesn't want me burning the toys. And I just realized that there are like 9 of these fucking sticks out of the stick pile. I don't even see his original stick. I don't mind him getting a new stick, but he can't just scatter all of the firewood across the lawn. That's annoying.
It's the problem. Like, there's too many choices. He doesn't know which one he wants. He has to keep trying all of them to see which one's the best one.
His precious
he just hasn't
ass
found it yet.
His precious ass knows he wants a new one every day. Stupid dick.
Yeah, he's high class.
If I try to pick up these sticks, it's going to become a game to him, and it's not a game to me. I got to get at least half of these sticks back in the stick pile. That is kindling.
You know what they say? 5, 6 pick up sticks.
Anyway, so I got my vaccine. It was an interesting experience. I haven't been inside of a building with people for something other than groceries in a long time. And they just made us wait outside. We had QR codes on our phone that we show them, and they let us in and had our appointment time. We weren't allowed to enter the building on our own. They were admitting people in waves, so we were just sitting outside waiting for it to be time to go in. And
yeah.
I feel like I should recall the whole experience, but there's nothing special about it. I got a shot. They made me wait 15 minutes to see if my chest would explode, and then they said go home.
Did your chest explode?
No.
Okay.
I did have to see people and wonder if eye contact is cool. There weren't that many people in there. Last night was the second time I tried to do something in a public place that was not purchasing a necessity. I went to the casino to pick up my parents' free play because they're just like $100 free sitting over there. And they I just walked in. I just walked in and security stopped me because they had to check my temperature and be safe and shit. I was just like, oh yeah, that's smart. But there were too many people in there. All the video poker tables were taken up. I'm not gonna do free play at a slot machine. Yeah, that's stupid. So I bailed.
Did you get any side effects?
It depends who's listening, because I definitely took that day off of work. I got really tired a couple hours after, and I was hot, but I'm always hot. So I took a nap.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, boy. I took a nap and I was fine. My arm felt like dead weight for the first couple of hours afterwards.
Yeah, I know Eddie said the next day he had like a migraine really bad, but it went away. So
He's probably hearing himself talk. That's
true.
There's like a weirder today. There's like this the only first like late after effect. Kind of feels like there's a dead spot, like lower than where they vaccinated me. The actual vaccine site didn't hurt that much, but down my arm it felt like I had worked out. Mostly I just got tired. I took the Pfizer vaccine.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be doing the other one, the
Moderna.
Moderna. Did you get a boner?
I was gonna bring up Viagra. No. Well, yeah. Yeah, I've been hanging a little chub lately. Yeah. Blood flow's good. Okay, I'll do one more day of the life thing, and then we'll go to topics just because I'm rambling. But I tried Subway's new protein bowl. I got the steak.
What the fuck is that?
They're selling protein bowls now because the whole world wants to do keto. And it's all the stuff that they would put in their sandwiches in a bowl. And they say it's protein bowl because they're trying to market the protein. But I don't know if you know this about sandwiches. They're just a salad with a piece of bread around it. And I didn't think of that when I went to go get this protein bowl. And I put my fork in it, expecting to get all this meat, get this protein, get this cheese. And there's a fucking cucumber at the bottom of it, some sliced bell peppers, an onion, and then just like some whole slices of tomato. And for a salad, they didn't give me any fucking sauce. So I had to put my own ranch in it. It was
It
ridiculous.
just makes me think of SpongeBob whenever they were like, you got any salads? And then he just like, it was the tomato and the lettuce. And that's all it was at the fucking Krusty Krab. It
Basically,
just sounds gross. It sounds awful. What
yeah,
the fuck?
this
Subway?
had
Be
lettuce
good.
and spinach. I just want spinach. I feel like I'm going to go online and order another one because I do like the experience. I might get chicken bacon ranch because I know that their steak sandwiches have all those veggies on it, but chicken bacon ranch usually doesn't have that many. But I'm going to customize the shit out of it because I like the idea of a protein bowl, but I'm just going to go through and there's a type of order I would never do in person where I had to say it out loud, but I'll order it online and pick it up. It's just going to be a bowl of meats and probably tomatoes and olives.
Gross.
But it's $9.
A bowl of meat. You had me at a bowl of meat, but then you added tomatoes and olives. The fuck?
I need some roughage.
I wouldn't call those roughage, bro. That ain't green.
They're not. I like spinach. I don't know. It feels like it's $9 for a salad when I wanted a protein bowl, so I'll probably never order it again. But
You said it's $9?
yeah, it was like $8.50 or something like that. I was like,
Jesus,
this is
fuck,
stupid.
Fuck Subway.
Yeah, Subway kind of sucks. I don't want to.
I almost went there the other day, and then the line was too crazy, so I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, it's hard to go into crowded places right now. Maybe in a few weeks when I'm fully vaccinated, but not before then.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go cough on everyone. Ooh.
Dude, I'm gonna go into a fucking Waffle House. I've been quarantining pretty hard. I think you're the quarantine champ of the people we know, but I have not gone into a restaurant or any. I haven't done anything cool the whole quarantine.
Oh yeah, I've definitely been thinking about just eating the poison under my sink. I've been I've been quarantining so hard.
Yeah, John and Audrey are just gallivanting. They're making new friends, going places, doing whatever the hell they want. My parents will go to a restaurant sometimes, and then obviously they work in the casino, so they don't have a choice. They can't avoid that. Yeah. But my mom was like, "What's your feel on restaurants? Usually, if we pull up and it's too crowded, we won't go in." And I was like, "You guys have been to restaurants? I'm fucking lavish. I haven't been to a restaurant in the whole time, man. I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything but the liquor store and buy cigars."
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've done fucking anything. Like, grocery store. I've gone gone to various doctor's appointments, I guess. But that's kind of it. And work.
That's high risk, man. Those doctor's appointments.
Yeah. But, like, most of them are wait outside until we text you situation, so there you go.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep wearing my mask for probably. I'm not gonna post on how long I'm going to be wearing the mask after I'm vaccinated. I think the only place that I'm just gonna be like balls out, what up, is gonna be the liquor store, because nobody wears. For some reason, no one wears masks in liquor stores, man. It's so rare, especially the employees ain't fucking around with no mask in a liquor store. And this liquor store is by me is run by like kids my age. Which moving into my parents' house makes me want to like. It makes me say that in my head when I see someone who looks like they might be around my age. I'm like, oh, there's other kids. So everyone else out here is fucking 60. But no, just these kids in full Naruto get up running this liquor store. At a busy intersection too. They nailed it. They got a good location. It was clearly a former Dollar General, but good entrepreneurs. But they ain't masking. I can go into a liquor store no mask if I'm vaxxed.
Hell yeah.
I'll still go to Walmart with my mask on because I don't want to get in a fucking Karen fist fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear masks until they say we don't have to anymore. I'm not gonna be as like hardcore about it though. I'm not gonna wear super uncomfortable masks anymore. I'm gonna wear what I can get away with while still wearing a mask in the places that need it. But
yeah, I'd hope that'd be good enough for people if they're just like, I don't like the fit of your mask. I'd be like, I'm vaccinated, bro. You're at the danger. Get away from me.
Yeah, because like initially, a year ago when all this started, it was a situation of like, yeah, that's fucked up. Like everybody should be thinking about everybody else. But over this year where you realize, oh, everybody's a bunch of garbage. It's like, yeah, kind of fuck those people. If you're gonna sit here and walk around without a mask, like, fucking get it.
Yeah, at least get it and then get your antibodies and then at least you're a less harmful moron because you got it.
And or die, I don't give a shit.
Okay, some people can die. We're a little thick. Yeah, it's this frees up more money for whatever possible next stimulus there is. Go ahead, die.
Because, like, seriously, man, like, I've just become, like, insanely fucking jaded to that shit over this year.
Yeah, it makes me, it does hurt just to feel like so we can have idiots on Facebook that make me disappointed and mad, and we can have a president that makes me disappointed and mad. We can have people believing stupid things because they feel that, well, they're just because they're stupid. And then the pandemic needs to be separate from that. We can't have it all at once. It's just like this year has been so bad for my ability to think that humanity is going to make good decisions for itself.
Yeah.
It does seem like the majority is still moderately level-headed, but it's so hard to fall onto that other side where you're just like, no, I'm completely selfish, and I believe in things that are patently, easily detectably false. And I like that narrative, and I'm not going to change it, even if it can be proved wrong. That's so toxic.
Yep. It was just too much, and I'm just like, nah. I've tortured myself for a goddamn year because of this shit, because we had a terrible president that all these awful idiots were idiots about, and all this shit. So, I did the right thing. I'm not gonna fucking, as soon as I'm vaccinated, like, all these assholes can just go suck a dick.
Does that mean you are wearing a mask or not wearing a mask?
I'm gonna wear a mask, like, in public and shit, but, like, I'm not going to be as, like, I'm not gonna be as careful about it.
About
because
calling
at that
them
point,
assholes?
it's like, do what?
About calling them assholes?
About just everything, because I've been so serious about, I'm gonna go do shit.
Oh, yeah. No, once
I'm
I'm
gonna go
vaccinated,
fucking do
I'm not
stuff.
going to be careful about anything. I'm done with condoms, too. It's
I'm gonna go get some condoms because I'm gonna go fuck some things.
consensually.
Consensually, unless it doesn't have a consciousness and was never alive in the first place.
Yeah, like a pocket pussy.
I had to add that in. No, just anything out in public. Shopping cart, looking pretty good. No.
I'm double whammy right now, man. I can't meet. I mean, like, you can meet girls when you live at your mom's house, but you gotta tell them. It's like, well, what's better? I live at my mom's house. Don't fucking ask. Or I'm in a giant mental health decline and I had to move in with my parents. Yeah, and then also like my.
No, what you say is my mom lives with me.
Oh yeah, that's why I have the small bedroom.
Yeah, because you're self-sacrificing.
It is right next to the bathroom, so it's basically a master bedroom.
Well, there you go.
I could walk.
You have the
to
master
it
bedroom.
naked.
It's just smaller because
Yeah.
your mom needed the bigger room.
Exactly. Actually, I think I might actually have the master bedroom because they live in the converted. Their room is a converted garage.
Well, there you go. Your converted garage.
No, the game room is the master bedroom. I don't think of it as part of the house because I never go in there.
You don't go in the game room?
No, because it's got children's bunk beds for the grandkids, and then Craig's
Oh, gross.
Craig has a chessboard in there. Because my stepdad was a local chess champion as a child. Like he was in newspaper articles and shit. He was probably like 9 or 10 when he was beating up the high school team in chess.
That's some like straight up Queen's Gambit shit.
It is. He got his ass beat by a chess master in the French Quarter when we were visiting my uncle one time.
Crazy.
That dude was like a certified grandmaster. But my stepdad's problem is that he thinks too fucking slow. Like, he thinks things thoroughly and completely, so chess being the whole, like, be 3 moves ahead, he's probably 5 moves ahead, but he takes, like, 30 minutes to get there.
5 moves ahead.
Yeah.
That's some pedestrian shit.
He knows where it's going, and he's read.
You want to be a grandmaster, you gotta be like at least 10.
And most of chess just seems to be memorizing combos, frankly. Like, all the chess books
Yeah.
are just full of likely or possible setups and scenarios, and Craig seems to know all of them. But it just staring at the board, it takes a long ass time for him to reach those decisions. And the chess master was like, "We'll pay this much to play a game against me," and of course that's hourly. So he's like, "We have this much time to do it," and Craig would take like forever to make his move and then tap the clock, and then the chess master would just like blip and then tap the clock, and yeah. So it was a pretty thorough ass beating, I guess, because I don't know if the guy got a checkmate, but they timed out.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
I think we should just go ahead and do topics.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
What are we starting with?
I don't know. I'm trying to smoke this cigar a little. You go first.
All right, then we'll start with what I watched. I watched a lot of stuff. Oh my god. Like 4 whole things.
That's hot.
So, I watched the South Park Vaccination special.
Me
On
too.
HBO Max. Oh my god!
That was 3 weeks ago? I thought that was a month ago. Almost a month, I guess.
I think I watched it the day after we recorded last, so... like 3 weeks ago. But yeah, so I watched that, and it was funny, and it also made me really sad. I think they're just... I don't know if they're gonna, like, if they're gonna continue the show or not. Or if they're just gonna do these weird movie situations, basically. These hour-long specials or whatever.
I'm trying to remember it because it was long enough ago, and I watched it with my parents, and I forget how normal people laugh at everything that they sense as a joke. Yeah, something has to make me laugh, and sometimes I'll give it, if something's really clever, I'll give it a courtesy laugh. But I found myself laughing to make them laugh, and it was interesting. because they just watch they mostly watch CNN, which is maddening. And I've gotten into the habit of every time that they put on CNN, we talked about this last time. Every time that they put on the news, I do nothing but roast it. But yeah, what did you think of the vaccine special? Maybe I'll remember some things about it, other than how crazy Mickey Mouse is.
The QAnon and Mr. Garrison came back, and people were like, "Bro, you suck for being president." Yeah.
I would say I hope that Trump is dealing with something like that right now, but there's no way he pays anyone to be around him that's honest with him.
Yep, that's true. But yeah, it was just the whole thing of they're trying to get their teacher vaccinated, and she fucking dies.
That was super South Park.
Yep.
I knew they weren't gonna get it there.
Yep.
I liked the scene. I thought it was kind of a lazy cop-out where the show creator was doing stuff with them. But I instantly recognized that 3D editor tool. I was just like, oh, they make this show in Adobe. My parents didn't know what was going on.
They've been making Maya.
They should be making it. I think, maybe. I mean,
they at least used to make it in Maya.
That way that they turn that thing to the side, that's exactly what After Effects looks like if you're making a comp.
Yep.
And my parents didn't know what it was, and I was like, that's an editing. I said, that's an editor. They're like, an editor. And I was like, yeah, that's the software I use.
That's interesting. I never thought about that. It's just such a... I wonder how many people just don't recognize that.
Not that many people. Well, way more people than you would think, and way more people than is necessary do some video editing for some reason. It's just a cool hipster thing to do. Most people are bad at it. But yeah, there's still a lot. Definitely old people don't know shit about photo and video editing.
Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, overall I thought it was good, but also, you know, it just pointed out all the shit where I'm like, man, I wish I was getting vaccinated right now.
It's like South Park predicts the future. Because they had to have taken some time to make that fucking thing, and when that came out, I wasn't quite I didn't feel that whole oh, vaccines are out, can I get one? Vaccines are out, can I get one? Until my mom I was still I had put it in the same place where I was just I put it in the kind of the depression category of I'm not going to get this done. It's I'm not going to make all my work days, I'm not going to quit drinking, and I'm not going to get my fucking vaccine. And then she was just putting the application in online for me. She was just just do the application. I was like, I'll do it. I don't have my laptop right now. And then, yeah, she spelled my fucking name wrong, but she did most of it. Because we knew that because I'm obese and I do get high blood pressure, that I was probably going to move up a category. And yeah, she didn't know that I was an essential worker. So that being an essential worker that's obese with blood pressure, that put me up quite a bit.
Yeah, the application was kind of confusing for me in my work area because I have to go to work, working for the state and everything, but I couldn't figure out what I needed to check for that, what section I was in. I'm I have no fucking idea what I would be considered here.
Hey, I work in insurance, and that's listed on the the state's list of essentials.
Yeah, there was
and I had a letter
economic or something.
When it was first coming down, I had a letter from my employer that stated I was essential per this government declaration in case we got pulled over, because we still weren't sure if the cops were going to be stopping us and making people go home, because they were doing that in areas around us, but Oklahoma City thankfully did not do any stop and where are you going? No one can go to their friend's house right now.
Yeah.
But I had a letter declaring my essentialness in case I got pulled over.
Okay.
So I knew I was essential, which is weird because I work from home.
Yeah.
But they don't need to know that. And nobody fact checks you on anything. Nobody asked me anything when I got there except for what I'm allergic to. They didn't make me step on a scale.
Didn't check your BMI.
Nope, none of that. I got snapped at once because the lady pointed out a chair for me to sit in, and it was too close to her, and they made a big deal about oh, she's left-handed, the chair has to face that way, and I was like, I didn't rotate it, bitch. I moved it 3 inches back because I'm a giant, and I don't want to knock over the table when I sit down.
Huh.
That's not relevant. So South Park Vaccinating was a cool episode.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I wonder what they'll do next.
Those grandparents taunting the kids was something I hadn't thought about. That was funny.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching that and I'm like, glad they don't actually do that, but at the same time, old people don't give a fuck.
You're going last.
Most of them are like, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. I'm old as shit. If I die, who cares? It's
That's
such a 100% weird thing.
True. That would be exactly the attitude I had if I'm 90. I'm like, look, I'm the risk category, and I don't give a fuck. And it's my last 2 or 3 years on Earth. I'm not going to spend them locked away, man. I spent too much of my 20s holed away, being poor and shit, and now I've got family. And, well, why hypothetical me has grandkids? No. Never mind, actually.
Gotta have kids first.
Gotta
have sex 90? For that.
No, probably not. Not unless we're just
I guess you could adopt. That's fine.
Yeah, who am I going to go see? All the people that I want to see have grandkids. And they're, focused on their families now. They're kind of end game. I don't know. I'll probably be mentoring some protege for something. No, I'm not cool. What I mean, okay, yeah, well, that answers it. Definitely suicide before 90.
You'll figure it out. You'll find something you want to do. Yeah. Life doesn't end at 20.
Whatever it is, I don't know, antiquing. I'm 90 years old, goddammit, and you're not going to stop me from antiquing.
Exactly. Go around throwing flour in people's faces.
Yeah, you're not going to stop me from recreating jackass pranks.
At 90, I really am an old man. No makeup needed.
I promised people I wouldn't kill myself. That doesn't mean I can't drive a shopping cart down a steep hill with bottle rockets taped to my dick. I'm 90.
Exactly.
Yeah. All these people want to see their grandkids, and no one's going to stop them. Yeah. CNN had that CNN. Well, CNN sucks so much, but they went to their UK branch and was showing all the because Britain had a way more successful vaccine rollout than we did, so they're basically all vaccinated, and they were like, here's people visiting their grandparents for the first time in a year.
That's crazy.
It is. That some people actually stayed away from their family for a year. Because I guess over there they'll hit you with a club if you don't obey the law, but here it's, not only do we not listen to things that are just advised, but we barely obey the law. Yeah, we barely obey the law. Yeah. We'll say things
that's because 90% of the population doesn't understand the laws.
That's true.
They don't know what the fuck freedom of speech actually means. Dinguses.
Yeah, I don't find posting on social media so important that if I couldn't do it, I would feel censored.
Yes. Like so many Republican senators. I'm losing Twitter followers!
This is censorship. It's somehow we can still...
Bitch, you're on the news. Shut the fuck up.
You have such a big platform. You know where you are if you lose the internet? The same place everyone was in the 90s, man. You can still talk to people. And I find out people... I started saying more real shit in public. And people are so down for that. I don't say real shit on social media, but yeah, funny with strangers, they warm up to it real quick, which is so stupid for me to say that. I've always and only made people like me by making them laugh, and yeah, it's been the same shit the whole time. All the jokes are still gonna land. I'm hilarious, and I can be dark without getting canceled in public. No one in real public life is trying to cancel you for being an idiot. They only want you to stop being an idiot in public online. And even then, they don't even take your Twitter away. You just can't work for Disney and call Republicans Jews.
Yeah.
And that's fair.
Like some people.
Gina Carano, who's still hot, call me. I'm vaccinated.
She doesn't believe in vaccines. Oh, she probably thinks you're autistic now.
I am. Basically.
But yeah, so that was that. I also watched Onward finally.
What's
that was
Onward?
A movie. It was that Pixar movie that was one of the last movies that went into theaters before the pandemic started.
Is it another racist Pixar film?
Yes, it's about elves.
Damn it.
And there's police in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And these elves, they're basically drows, alright? This is... Anyways, yeah, it was fine. It was a fine movie. It was very Pixar. Spider-Man and Star-Lord in it, being elves. And it was all fantasy style, but it was like a thing where basically the premise is magic is a thing, and then it's really hard to learn, so then technology happens, and so, you know, magic kind of just fades away, but you still got these, like, magical creatures and shit, and unicorns are basically just like feral cats raiding garbage cans and things. And, yeah, they just gotta go on a quest to, like, try and do this spell to bring their dad back for a day or whatever.
Oh, I remember seeing visual breakdowns for that. Like, whatever. I know about that movie.
Yeah. It was fine.
It seems like we're connected, but I can't hear you.
Can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello, 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 hello.
Speaker.
Hello.
Hey.
I could hear you just fine. And then you were...
So yeah, I know about Onward. It looked exciting. Was it good?
It was. There was some really cool stuff in it. Like, it's a Pixar film.
What the hell?
Are you kidding me?
Is it because storm clouds are moving in? That would be
Why
whack.
is this happening?
That would be
What
whack.
the fuck?
Hey, you called me this time.
I sure did.
Did you restart your phone?
I sure did.
I just told the audience that's what you were doing. I was right.
Oh.
This part's
Yeah.
probably going to get cut anyway.
Once again, I could hear you. Like that whole time. Every time you were talking, I could hear you. And then you would hang up. I don't understand.
Man, that's whack. Anyway, I know about Onward. It would look like a very promising movie. How was it?
It was baseline. It's a Pixar movie, so obviously it's above a lot of others. It was pretty good. It had some really interesting stuff, and it had some cool ideas. Like, there's this dragon, this stone dragon that's like made out of the school. So whenever it roars, there's like this, like, you can hear like the school bell like in the roar, and it sounded really cool. It's pretty interesting stuff. They had a lot of cool shit like that. But yeah. So good enough, worth watching, I think.
I'll check it out after I finally see Soul.
Yeah, Soul's better.
I watched with my mother. We did watch, as I mentioned, the United States versus Billie Holiday, and not long after that, Judas and the Black Messiah came out, and I was like, cool, another Edgar J. Hoover is a fucking asshole movie. I'm into this genre now, and I want more of it. It started out with a great scene, great cinematography, exciting open. This dude gets he commits a crime, and the FBI is like, hey, we'll let you commute your sentence if you invade the Black Panther Party for us and give us intel. And it was cool, man. It was just so cool. It was such a good movie. It was so well shot. The dude who plays that Black Panther leader, I think he won an Oscar for it or a Golden Globe. for that performance. He was just crazy electrifying. He's the dude from Get Out. He's one of the dudes in Black Panther. Yeah,
Daniel
that guy.
Kaluuya.
Thank you. Makes me feel like I should know all of their names all the time. Yeah, he's really, really gripping in this movie. He's so cool. And it really put a positive light on the Black Panther Party, because I could see all the things that my parents said about the Black Panther Party. They're kind of sort of backhanded racist remarks about why black people are poor, what the Black Panther Party really stands for, what the threat to America is, the whole "this is our land" type of shit. My dad was into that dumb racist bullshit. And then this movie definitely took the other side of the Black Panther story, and it was fascinating. And also, the FBI was up their ass the whole time. Jon Voight, we actually saw Edgar in this movie. Jon Voight's playing Edgar Hoover, and he is creepy.
How appropriate.
My mom was upset about it. She wanted to go on a soapbox about it because he was in West Wing and he's played a Kennedy, and he's played other powerful white men before, and so she thinks it probably is a good casting decision to let him be another powerful white guy that people recognize as a powerful white guy, but this time he's evil. The casting was great. The guy who played the snitch and his relationship as an informant and the FBI guy was such a good dynamic, and by the end of it, like you hate most of the people. By the end of it, you're disappointed in them for some reason, because the FBI guy who hired the informant seemed like a good guy, but he couldn't go against Hoover. The Black Panther Party was just, everyone who did it was so great in their roles, and I'm not being very intelligent about the movie because I just remembered that I watched it because I watched it 3 fucking weeks ago. But that was definitely worthy of any nominations it got. It was a great movie. Whether you're into the politics of those types of things or not, it's just a great story. It was really well told. Unlike the Billie Holiday thing, the editing on this one was great. The pacing was great. The only time it seemed like there was like an odd scene was definitely when it was supposed to be a little out of place, because there was the informant was kind of losing his position and he was getting scared and dangerous. The suspense in the thing was really intense. It built everything. The movie did everything right. The suspense was appropriate. The characterizations were right. Yeah, just go watch Judas and the Black Messiah. It was really good. It was on HBO Max for free. It might have been moved to their premium or whatever.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that because a couple weeks ago, HBO Max, the app on my phone was like, "Hey, watch this thing," and I was like, "I don't know what this is."
Oh,
so
you know what?
I closed the notification.
It's
gone. I don't think it's on there anymore.
No, yeah, because we watched it. Me and Mom watched it at 11, hoping that HBO Max wouldn't shut it off at midnight. It left on the 14th.
Yeah.
So you can't watch it.
It'll be out eventually. I'll write that down. Actually, I'll add it to my Letterboxd list.
Is Letterboxd a service?
Yes and no. Like it's a that's weird. I've had it forever and we haven't talked about it. Letterboxd is kind of like social media like app, except it's for like movie reviews essentially. Like everybody, you have like, you can make like a watch list or whatever and like just different reviews and stuff, and sometimes they're just fucking hilarious. Like a lot of people just do like parody reviews and shit, which is hilarious, but
that's cool.
Yeah.
I might get into that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What else did you watch?
I watched Zack Snyder's Justice League.
I was trying to commit to watching it before the podcast, but I couldn't wake up early enough.
All right.
I did.
Yeah.
I did see the Joss Whedon version finally.
Oh.
Because I was saying the Snydercut's gonna come out and blow that thing out of the water. Apparently it sucks, and my mom was like, "I loved the Justice League. It was one of my favorite movies that year," and she made me watch it.
Movie.
And I see why she liked it. I'm gonna be honest. It was, I could definitely see the complaints about it, but it was like watching 80 trailers in a row. But there was not nearly enough Cyborg.
Yeah.
It sounds like everything that I have a complaint about is going to be fixed. Plus, it's going to be darker.
100%. Like, I started the fucking Snyder cut, you know. I fucking got a little high, and I was like, alright, let's fucking slog our way through this 4-hour piece of shit. And, you know, at first, having seen Joss Whedon's Justice League, you know, going into this one, there's a lot of, like, really long, like, masturbatory, like, look at Batman up here in the mountains and there's snow and shit for a really long time, which was kind of annoying. And then there's stuff where it's like this, the seriousness with which these characters are doing things is like, it made me laugh a few times. But once you like settle into it, this movie is like really fucking good. Like, as somebody who fucking hated Batman v Superman and was pretty good with Man of Steel, this fucking movie, this 4-hour thing, is his best, like, DC film. I mean, Watchmen's up there, but I think at this point, like, this was incredibly good. Like, you get all kinds of, like, character building. Everything makes sense. They break shit down and make sense. You get to see, like, some really cool shit with, like, The Flash. Cyborg is basically the main character of this fucking movie.
Good. I want
Which
those
is
are the two
just
things
insane.
Of course, I love seeing Wonder Woman on screen, but yeah, I want more Flash and more Cyborg.
You get way more Flash, way more Cyborg, a lot more Amazon stuff, more Aquaman stuff. Like, Batman doesn't seem like a fucking joke. He doesn't make a shit ton of jokes the whole time.
There's Joss Whedon for you.
Superman's, like, shit actually makes sense. Like, the explanation about how they bring him back and everything makes way more sense. Since in Joss Whedon's, it was just like, let's put the mother
He's a
box
car
in the
battery.
thing, and there you go. Look, there it is.
Yeah,
like, they
he's just-
actually explain everything.
He's just a dead battery. We gotta jumpstart him with this thing.
Yeah. And Steppenwolf actually has... Number one, Steppenwolf is actually kind of, like, hardcore. He actually, like, murders some people, like... And has... What's the fucking word? A reason for doing what he's doing?
No, he's there because of the mother box and because back in the times. And then montage, and then he's here, and he's Steppenwolf.
Yeah, and he's boring and looks dumb. But yeah, they did a lot of really good stuff. There's like the main thing that I will say that is kind of a complaint is that there's some stuff that is like visual effects wise is not like, they needed a little more time and a little more money for this, I think, to finish it properly. But, like, it mostly looks really good. There's just, like, you remember the part in Joss Whedon's Justice League whenever Cyborg's talking to Diana or whatever, like, that first time?
Yes.
Well, I don't remember if he, like, flies in and flies away or whatever in that one, or if it's...
No, he's
just
on the street.
Okay, well, he flies in and then flies out, and the thing is, whenever he flies away from her, it's so hilarious because he's got, like, the fucking, like, you know, the rocket boosters or whatever to, like, launch into the air, and then he does, and there's, like, no wind or anything, and she's standing, like, right next to him. Her hair doesn't move or anything, so it just looks, like, really, like, he's just not in the same scene.
My mom would never notice that.
I mean, sure. I thought it was hilarious, but...
I don't think he flies in. I think we just see Wonder Woman walk into frame. The city is suspiciously dark, and we never get an explanation that Cyborg can do cybernetic things like that, like shut down a power grid in an area, which
Yeah.
I don't remember him doing that in the cartoon. But apparently he does have technokinesis in this film. And then he walks away, like once he's done with the conversation, he turns all the lights in the city back on and just kind of walks into a crowd. or some version of disappearing.
Yeah. But I definitely recommend this movie, which just blew my mind. But I don't know why, because like I've pretty much liked all of Zack Snyder's movies until Batman v Superman, and that's why it was so disappointing. Was because it's a director that I like, playing with characters that I like, and he just like did a bad job in my opinion. But this was way better.
I mean,
So
I did a Sucker Punch reface where they made me baby doll, but I didn't fight anybody.
why not?
I don't know. I don't control the reface. I wanted to punch someone.
Damn.
I got to fly around as Wonder Woman. That was cool. That was cool.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see my Harley Quinn?
I think so.
Margot Robbie.
Yes, I did.
Margot Robbie is so stunningly pretty that my face ruined it.
Yes, I saw it.
I improved Gal Gadot. Let's be honest. I make a pretty high Gal Gadot.
You're a close second, all right?
Okay.
Come on. I'll give you a close second. But yeah, Snydercut. I am like weirded out because it was just good. I don't understand. And I don't understand why they came up with the idea to do what they did to the other version. Like, it makes no sense after seeing this.
Joss Whedon's a dickhead.
Because going into this, it's like, you're sitting here thinking, like, how much could they possibly add? Like, how much could they possibly change to this fucking movie? And it's literally, like, everything.
Yeah, the fact that I think the figure that he said was like he only shot 17 minutes of new content or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized? I never noticed Henry Cavill's digital mustache. Or not mustache. Didn't bother me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't even think about it while I was watching.
There was only a couple, like, I only watched that Joss Whedon's one once. So, I watched it in theaters once. There was a couple moments where it looked funky, like right at the beginning in the cell phone footage with Superman, it looks a little weird. And then there was another point where I'm like, ugh, what the fuck's wrong with his lip? Which the Corridor Digital guys broke down that scene with visual effects and everything and pointed out the reason why that happened is, like, the same reason why in a lot of animation it just looks fucking weird is they're making his upper lip move, and your upper lip doesn't have muscle right there in the center that makes it lift up. So it's completely unnatural.
That makes sense. Yeah.
It's interesting. But yeah, I recommend it.
Zack Snyder likes to live in long-ass moments, because I didn't see the theatrical release of Watchmen. I've only seen the director's cut, and I love it. But apparently the theatrical version doesn't make as much sense.
I've seen them both, and I don't feel like the first one was... Like, the theatrical version, I didn't have problems keeping up with what was going on. I don't remember what the main differences are. I think there's, like, a longer fight scene with Night Owl and What's-Her-Nuts fighting in the alley, and then there's the older Night Owl that gets murdered, and then there's the whole thing with the black freighter and the dudes on the street. I don't think they added too much there. Like 20, 30 minutes maybe? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, he does have the, I guess, always watch the director's cut on Snyder stuff and watch the Snyder cut if someone else is going to take his movie over.
Yeah, I almost feel like I should watch the extended version of Batman v Superman now.
Dangerous.
Yeah, I still don't think it's going to be... Because the big thing... There's a lot with that movie that's, like, just takes me out of it that's not going to change. Like, the whole Martha thing. And the whole Batman just, you know, just kind of being a shit bloke, all right?
I had no problem with the Martha. I had no problem with the Martha thing. It is a valid meme. It is silly, but as the moment was coming up, I was like, okay, Yeah, I could see how if you're delirious and you say the mom's name thing and that's his, but then Martha. So like, no matter how you come out of that scene, people are gonna be like, oh, he connected the mom's names. That's kind of dumb. But then they had a Darth Vader moment, and it's just like, no.
I mean, the big problem is if he just worded it differently. Like, they could have brought up, hey, our moms have the same name, like, a second later. Like, all you had to do was, like, save my mom. That would have, like, a similar effect.
Yeah, that would have been a really powerful. I mean, it could have been. I mean, is that throwing the moment away? He's about to kill him, and Superman says, "Save my mom," and then Batman suddenly is like, "Oh no, you're not a bad guy. You saved the planet."
Well, I mean, that fucking turnaround is just awful right there, as it is, because he goes from I'm gonna fucking murder this guy to holy shit, we're best friends now.
That's my mom's name too.
It's like, bro.
Did you
like,
just drop
all they
it
had to do? No? Hello? Are you there? God damn it.
My dog.
Hello?
My dog sees a squirrel on a power line. He's doing some math right now.
If he can get it.
Yeah, he wants to get it. Hey, I can hear you.
Hey, how about that?
Ain't that some shit?
Alright. This is fucking obnoxious.
Yeah, it is.
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
I don't know. I've changed subjects a few times. Definitely, probably Watchmen, Snyder stuff.
Yeah.
I felt like we kind of put a bow on it a couple of times anyway.
Yeah. Watch it. It's cool. 4 hours goes by pretty quick. Surprisingly.
I will watch it, and in 3 weeks, I'll talk to you about it. And in 6
Hell
weeks,
yeah, and then we'll go in depth. Then the audience can hear about it in 6 weeks.
Oh my god, dude, my dog's balls are so prominent. He sees me talking about him. Oh, he's rolling around in the grass.
Yeah, he wants to roll his balls in your face.
He does have a piece on him. Like
a gun?
No, like a big dog dick. Like
yeah, I knew what you were saying. I was trying to take it elsewhere, but all right.
His dad's dick is surprisingly large for Goose being a pansy dog.
His dad is a good dog.
Anyway, I watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 1, but not episode 2.
Bah. What happened in episode 1? We just kind of saw them all be sad. Yes?
I am getting the vibe that when my thing switches to Wi-Fi call, that it ruins this.
Hello?
So
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Episode 1. Did you see it?
Episode 1. I sure did. I also saw episode 2. But we'll just talk about 1. Yeah, so it was just Bucky and Sam being sad mostly. And then the introduction of, hey, look, here's the new Captain America.
Right at the end there. But let's not act like the first 10 minutes didn't fuck. Are you, like... I haven't seen...
I don't remember.
The giant... He goes on the mission, and then he's fighting, and it's like, oh, he doesn't kill anyone, he doesn't seem to use guns. Where did he learn all this kung fu? I don't think I've ever seen Falcon do kung fu. And then he jumps out of the plane, and the we don't kill people rule goes right out the fucking window, dude. There's a sky chase. They're in the air, dude. He's flying around ripping people's wing gliders off and shit, throwing people through helicopters, and then he just launches a bomb at one, and it's like, oh shit. Because at first it's like he's dropping people in this canyon, and it's like, oh, this is funny superhero death. They land on a pillow at the bottom or something, and then no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That helicopter hits the side of that canyon, and I'm like, yo, those guys are toast for sure.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like, part of the MCU movies is like this area of the MCU, they kill people a lot. Like Black Widow, Captain America, the whole like more spy-ish section of it, they just kind of use guns and shit. Like,
yeah, you definitely don't want to fuck with Black Widow. She'll take your ass out. But
she'll assassinate you.
Yeah, Sam's part of the Air Force. Where did he learn Kung Fu?
I mean, he's also an Avenger for that. Let's see here. 2014 to 2020.
He's been an
for
Avenger
9
a long
years.
time. Enough to
Been an
learn some
Avenger
fight
for
moves
9
from
years.
somebody.
I mean, he's hanging out with Captain America. Like,
There is no way you disconnected again.
I didn't. I'm right
I set
here.
you on my lap for a second.
I'm right
Hold
here.
this phone up to the sky like it's Simba.
Hear me. Can you
I
hear
turned
me?
off my Bluetooth. Are you there?
I'm here. I'm
No.
right here. Fuck.
Hey, y'all, we're going to jump into Discord. Oh, there's Zach.
So, dude.
What up?
Alright. What a weird thing.
Yeah, apparently being on the phone is just not fucking possible.
Yeah, that's really weird.
That sucks, but
So I guess we'll do Discord. And hope that it doesn't disconnect randomly.
it's the future anyway. I'm in a good Wi-Fi
Yeah.
signal. I'm leaning against the wall of the house, so I should have Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I'm turning my Wi-Fi back on.
I do stuff out here all the time. I have Wi-Fi. My new motherboard has Wi-Fi built in for once. I was usually against that, but I'm a little. I'll do that another time. My stepdad being paranoid about me plugging things in.
Okay.
Yeah, so the espionage side of Marvel is always killing people, but it was kind of cool that they started with that 10-minute action sequence after watching WandaVision, which is a show where nothing happens, and we finally get like a Dragon Ball Z energy ball fight at the end.
Yeah.
It was cool to see some Marvel action being well conducted.
Yeah. I will agree. It's also like, it did feel like slightly long to me, I guess. Because it wasn't like, it had some cool bits in it, but it was long. I don't know. I was kind of bored by it a little bit.
Yeah, by the end of it, I was kind of dragging on because it was like they would cut back to the Bucky stuff, and it was always like Bucky was about to do something but never do it. And then we got to see, we're black, I can't get alone type of shit, which was interesting stuff to finally let them touch on, do superheroes make money or not? And no, they don't.
Yeah.
Which he was still employed by the Air Force during that time. That's kind of weird.
I mean, yeah, but he was gone for 5 years.
That's true. Blip stuff is interesting and cool. I don't feel like, banks will disqualify you for any reason they can these days, but you can't show income for 5 years because you didn't exist for 5 years. That's a pretty cool excuse.
Yeah. But not good enough.
Fucking banks.
Yep. Fucking banks.
You know what's funny is that I bet that if you were in Canada and you got blipped, you got a check for being erased.
But your family did, at least.
Yeah, in other countries where you were blipped and you came back, you probably had loan forgiveness.
Yeah?
It was in a country that doesn't suck ass. If you left existence for 5 years and you came back, you're not allowed to charge interest for the times you weren't around.
Yeah, you get back and suddenly they're like, oh, so all those debts you owed back in the day now have 5 more years worth of interest on them.
Not if you're in a cool country, not if you're in Canada. They'd be like, oh, hey, that debt's still there. Square your shit up. But your job still exists. You could walk right back in. We're gonna give you a little bit of stimulus in case you have to relocate jobs, and then also, there's no interest on that. It's illegal to charge you interest on times where you don't exist. Obviously, you had no ability to pay it down. So our creditor, our debt to creditor relationship was changed because you physically have no ability to make money at all in any capacity. So, yeah, you can't have credit with us if you don't exist because you're not an entity. So you didn't have credit, so we can't charge interest on your credit. That makes sense. But not in America.
Nope.
Nothing.
Not in America.
Nope.
Which I think that's going to be the big thing with this show. Is like that's the whole thing with the character, the John Walker character, the new Captain America dude, is like he's the more nationalistic, corporate, the real America.
Damn.
He's not the idealistic Captain America. I mean, in the comics, at least. Which I assume that's the direction they're going because they did touch on the loan thing. And then there's a bit of stuff in the second episode as well that kind of leans in that kind of direction. So I think that's the direction that it's going to be going.
I would suspect the showrunner is Malcolm Spellman, who I know as a very frequent script notes guest. He's a smart, funny, talented writer who thinks about shit like that. He's also just a hilarious dude, and he does blues jazz singing on the side as a gig. He has a band. He has a record out. But that dude is funny and very, very smart. And I anything like that from the comics that he can indulge into socioeconomic aspects, especially for black people because he's black, that's a good matchup. I'm sure that we'll see a lot of that, and we'll get things to think about that maybe we don't want to think about during superheroes.
Yeah.
But Joss Whedon wanted us to think about Vision's dick, so I'm glad it's in someone else's hands.
Well, gotta put Vision's dick in different hands.
Yep. That's the best way to say it.
Exactly. That's why I said it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this show is going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to have as much like theory bait as WandaVision did.
No, and thank the Lord. And I'm not going to read it. I'm going to take your advice this time. Well, that's hard, because I'm going to keep watching Fat Man on Batman. Or, sorry, Fat Man Beyond.
Sure.
So I'm going to hear some of it. It's impossible for me not to get baited by that stuff, because I'm going to watch Kevin Smith, and he's going to be pulling that stuff from the chat.
Yeah, there's a lot of creators that I used to watch that I just don't for this period of time. Because, like, you know, even on, like, film theory and shit, like, I explained that last time we talked about it. It's just like, you're going to come up with ideas that are way better than what's going to happen, and I'm just going to be disappointed.
Yeah. Nothing happened in WandaVision, and we put so much. Even just watching it, at least watching this, I didn't feel like I wanted to make any guesses about anything, because it's not a mystery, not yet.
I mean, as much of a mystery as this one is simply like, who's the villain here? What are we looking at? It's kind of it.
Yeah, there's going to be probably some crime procedural stuff. Espionage things are going to happen. We're not expecting the world to change. We're expecting to find out. We're expecting to get answers to questions that the show actually asked. Not, oh my God, what does this mean? And are we going to get something super dope?
Well, I mean, I think the big thing that they're doing with these shows is they're just taking the secondary characters that people did like that didn't have time to play in the movies and go in depth into what their shit is, you know? Because, I mean, that's what they did with Wanda, and now that's what they're doing with Sam and Bucky as well. So. Yeah,
and I'm comfortable with this being a smaller story. I put too much into WandaVision. That's the first time I've ever really been, like, burnt on the over-theorizing shit. Because I didn't keep up with any of the Star Wars stuff, and I actually still haven't seen the last 2 Star Wars movies, so I guess I wasn't that invested anyway. But I like having something come out on Fridays.
Yeah. I like having something fairly short to watch. It's nice to just have that one thing a week.
Yeah, I haven't looked forward to watching a TV show since The Walking Dead, when I used to be one of those people. It was like, oh, Sundays, me and the wife were watching Walking Dead.
Damn.
Yeah. Because, no, it's not because I don't love TV and shit. It's just because if when I'm ready to watch it, I'll just go watch all of it at once.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'll get to it. But now it's coming out every week. So I'll watch it every week and look forward to it. Mom's actually out of town right now, so I watched it without her. I have to watch TV shows with my mom. It's I'll watch episode 2. If she's caught up when she gets back, I'll wait and stay in pace and probably watch them Saturday mornings. But yeah,
Hell yeah.
I'm excited by it. Sebastian Stan's trying to look like he has sex instead of looking like an emo kid, which I kind of miss emo kid.
He kind of comes off as an emo kid to me, anyways.
Yeah, let him have the hair. Let him look fabulous. Not everyone has to have a beard.
Nope, but they should.
Yeah, they all should. It definitely makes the man. I mean, Sam's beard is kind of weak, but it's also deliberately styled, so that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And I mean, Bucky's beard, he's just got stubble. It's not like a real beard.
No, it's not. It's like a commercial.
It's not
for a
like
shaver.
Captain America's glorious beard.
That's true, Chris. That Chris Evans can fuck.
Yeah.
I wasn't blown away. I was excited by the action sequence. It's not like, oh, I have to see what happens, but I am excited to have a Friday thing that's cool.
Agreed. It wasn't like the first episode. By the end of it, I was like, okay. I mean, I don't want to not continue what's happening, but the first episode was very like, I don't know. Like, I think the most interesting thing was the thing with Sam at the bank.
Man, when you have a gap in your thought, I think we disconnected. It is making me anxious.
What do you mean?
Like you take a pause to talk like normal people do, and I'm like, oh God,
Oh,
is he still
gotcha.
there? Is he still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yeah, by the end of it, that was definitely the most exciting thing somehow was the socioeconomic problems. But
Yeah.
I'm totally down for more rip-ass action sequences like that. I hope that's not where all of the money went, because I could definitely see all the CG vehicles and shit like that. It wasn't the most expensive, but it was good enough for TV. I was into it. The sets look good. Sets look better than TV sets usually do.
Yeah. I also thought that the Bucky thing was interesting, where he's like trying to make amends with people.
That was fun. That was funny. That when he dropped that line, that editing was good.
Yeah.
Because he's in the therapist's office, he's being sarcastic, and it's very fun. And then he's doing spy shit, and he traps that bitch in the car. He's like, "My name is Bucky Barnes. I'm no longer the Winter Soldier, and you are part of my effort to make amends."
Yeah.
That's a cool ass scene.
Yep. And then the Japanese dude. That whole situation.
Yeah, that was cool. Apparently, he didn't know that guy had a kid who died, and he probably knew that Japanese man since he was really young.
Oh no, he did know. That's like at the beginning, whenever you first see the Winter Soldier in that flashback, he's the one that killed his son.
Oh man. Oh dog. Oh no, I didn't put that together.
Are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Hello? Are you kidding
I can
me?
hear you. I can hear you.
Are you there?
I can hear you.
Hello?
Are you there?
Hello? Hello?
I can hear you.
Can you hear
Can you
me?
hear me?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I thought my Discord mic bugged out again. Sometimes that happens when I'm playing games with Keegan. Is my mic will shut off and I have to just disconnect and reconnect real quick.
Oh. Yeah,
But-
Discord's hard.
Yeah. Well, next time it happens, I'll just kick you and then you come back in.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to disconnect. I don't know. The app on my phone. I'm not used to using the Discord on my phone.
Yeah, it's just that red button that looks like a phone with an X on it.
Oh, that's what I did.
Yeah, you
So-
succeeded in doing it, so you must have figured it out.
Huh. Okay.
This
So
sucks.
yeah. Yeah, it really does. But that Japanese dude, Bucky killed his son. That's what that was.
I didn't
In
put
the
it
in the
together.
flashback. Yeah, in the flashback at the beginning, he was the guy trying to open the door or whatever. He's like, no, I didn't see anything, blah, 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 and he shot him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why that's kind of like... So that's interesting. He's feeling real guilty.
Yeah, every time he just keeps killing people love.
Yeah, why does this keep happening to him? He just ends up killing people.
You
But
think he's
yeah,
gonna go
I'm
on a date with that
interested.
girl and find out that he killed her mother or something?
Nah, I think that chick's probably not coming back
They're dating. He has
since
a
he
love
ran
interest.
away. He, you saw the whole first episode, right?
Yeah.
Where he runs away from her. Like they go on the date and then he leaves.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was gonna come back. Because he left
No.
in the middle of playing Battleship.
Yeah, he lost already. He just didn't want to tell her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
knew
took
was
off
gonna
and he
win.
went and saw that dude, and then you saw the picture of his son or whatever on that shrine thing that he had there.
That's sad for him, but that's kind of his character. He's always killing people he doesn't want to kill.
It's true. Oh well, what are you gonna do? That's what
Kill
you get
some
for
more
being the
people.
Winter Soldier. Exactly. You're gonna kill more people.
So in episode two, do Sam and Bucky actually finally meet up?
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. Very early on.
I don't feel like anything can really be spoiled for me if you want to talk about episode 2.
I mean, there's not too much. There's not too much to say. Like, there's some good action sequences. Um, yeah, there's some good action sequences, and then just some good character stuff. It's all stuff that you really need to see, because it's not super like plot heavy as much as it is more like watch these dudes do stuff
I
and
like
other
that.
people.
I
Yeah,
want
and
that,
you
and I
get
hope we
more.
get that every episode.
Yeah, and you get more information on the new Captain America. So, because he kind of gets his own bit of the show as well.
I know that Zemo is going to be a villain in this show. Is Zemo the new Captain America? Did he manage to work his way into there?
Nope.
Okay.
There's a character called he's U.S. agent. He's just the fucked up Captain America, played by Wyatt Russell. So
Okay. Well, that'll be cool. I look forward to that.
yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, so we can move on now.
What else
You watch
did you watch?
anything else?
No.
That's the end of my list.
Hey, we made it through a topic.
Yay! We only dropped call like 10 or 11 times.
I'll start music because I took 2 recommendations from you from last week.
Oh,
I did listen to
Really?
Bowling for Soups, Drunk Enough to Dance, and I
Oh.
loved it. That was fun. That's
yeah,
a fun
it's pretty
record.
good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's funny. It's good pop punk. It's what you
Oh, yeah.
you want. It's what you want when you want some pop punk. That's good. That is there.
Exactly.
Good record. Recommend it. And then I went and listened to Watsky's X Infinity, and
Oh, wow. Did not expect that.
yeah, I can say it was good, but then I don't know how many times I'm really gonna listen to that. I was also listening to it while I was between calls, and it was like rap. I don't really want to listen to all of his lyrics. Like his flow is kind of the same in most songs, and he's doing really clever shit. Like he's doing stuff that makes you think about how rap works and how he's making it work for him, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
And then the beats are good. The music is good. I just don't know if I'll go back to it too much.
Yeah,
'Cause
sure. I get that.
Yeah. But it was enjoyable. What did you listen to?
I listen to so many things that I'm only going to talk about a couple of them.
Okay.
I took your recommendation that Harvey Danger, Where Have All the Merrymakers Gone? It's pretty
Nice.
good shit. Very 90s.
It does sound a
Super
little old.
90s. Do what?
I said it does sound a little older.
Yeah. Overall, pretty good. I like it. It's on my playlist. So, yeah, not too much to say there. It's a good It reminds me of the presidents of the United States of America a lot, actually. They have a very similar sound.
Hmm. Perhaps I will check that out.
Oh yeah, I think you would actually really dig them.
Mine's a quick one because it's just a follow up. I did do "Okay Human" by Weezer, and I agree. There's no
Ah,
goddamn guitar, but it is comforting and it's a fun record. I mean, it's not like, it's not fun. It's cool. It's good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Good. No, it's
so
okay, man. You can put that on.
yeah. Across 3 podcasts, we finally got your verdict.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not fun,
Yeah.
but it's comforting. It's easy
Yep.
listening. All right, now go.
I went and listened to Serj Tankian's stuff, a couple of his things. Because, it's like, it sucks that there's not more System of a Down out there and stuff. And I really liked Serj Tankian's, first album, Elect the Dead, that came out in, 2007, probably? 7? Something like that. So I went and listened to the one that he came out with in, 2013, I think, called Harakiri. Very good. Very good stuff. Very weird. His stuff is really cool because it's basically like System of a Down, but the weirdest stuff is no longer there. Like, you're not getting songs like Cigarro or what was it, Pogo Stick or whatever. like those kinds of songs on here.
Classics.
Yes, classics, but these are the more you get more of the political stuff, but it's still really interesting. It has the Middle Eastern instruments and sitars and things like that, doing stuff like that, and then weirdly a lot of piano as well. But it also gets really aggressive, and there's one song on this where it just feels like he's making fun of pop punk, early 2000s pop punk or Blink-182 style, the way that he sings it, and just the way that the song is it's got the really simple palm muting and the 4/4 beat that's just really simple, and then he does that fucking Tom DeLonge thing with his voice for part of the song, and it's this is really weird. I don't know what you're doing here, bro, but it's a pretty good song.
Rude and unnecessary.
It's a good song though. It's a good album. And then he just had an EP come out that's 5 tracks, called Elasticity, which is mostly good. He's got a lovely song called Your Mom, which I thought was great. It does use the R word a lot in it, which was bugged me a little bit. But it was really interesting talking about just how ridiculous the idea of killing yourself for religion is. Which is so weird. Yeah. So you're a System of a Down fan. I think you would dig it. Very System of a Down.
No, you and Glenn used to spin up the 2007 record a lot, and I'd like that type of Serj music. I see as more of a spectacle than it doesn't System of the Down records slap, and then that record was kind of oh, this is Serj being, it felt more like an event type of follow up than just this is a record.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has more albums of his own at this point than System of a Down records. So
I might start checking him out. You made it sound good, and I wasn't disappointed with your last recommendations. I did take another recommendation from the place I usually find music that I didn't listen to. The Jeff Rosenstock group, somebody brought up Dead to Me and was recommending their records. And I had never heard this pop punk band, but I listened to Cuban Ballerina and Little Brother, and it's another one of those bands that had a really crazy great start, and then the lead singer fucking went somewhere else, and they tried to limp along with a new lead singer. Yeah. And I noticed it immediately, because the record, I don't remember what the other record was called. I'm scared to leave Discord right now. But it did make a giant, drastic impact, because this Jack Darlimple, I think is his name, has a very distinct voice. And dog, you have enough fucking sticks. Put that back. Or just lay there like I can't see you. Idiots.
You're like a T-Rex. You just need to not move.
There's a chair in between us, but I can peek over it. Stupid asshole dog. Yeah, it was great. They have great hooks. They're fast, just like they're kind of straightforward pop punk, but they're not Blink type of pop punk. They're more they're just heavier. Yeah, they're aggressive, they're heavier. You can hear the bass. They have a lot of great fun suicide anthems that are cool. They also do their own they do some political stuff, but it's not like annoying political stuff. It's more like socioeconomic thing, just like, oh, we're poor and this country sucks type of stuff. But I'm going to go try to find that lead singer's other projects because he left Dead to Me to be the rhythm guitarist in Swinging Utters. And I guess that band was making more money, and he had a child. So he's like, hey, I'm not going to be a singer-songwriter and guitarist anymore. I'm just going to go play rhythm guitar in this other band, even though I'm a very talented, distinct vocalist. I'm just going to go hide that away from people and go play rhythm guitar in another band.
Interesting.
But he was also in a one-man band before Dead to Me. He's got a great voice. I like him. And that's his style of singing and picking melody lines for his parts is attractive. So I'll probably be into most of the stuff he does if I go hunt it down. But yeah, Cuban Ballerina was great. Little Brother was the EP. It only has 5 tracks. If you go find it on YouTube, it's in a 6-part playlist. But the last video is the history of Subaru. Some funny motherfucker just put the history of Subaru.
That's what you were talking about on Facebook or wherever the fuck I saw that. I'm like, what?
It caught me off guard because the punk record ends in a punk record way. And then I just hear these horns just and I was like, oh, this was made in the 2000s. They did something stupid for the end of their record. This happens sometimes. I'll sit through it. And then I pull up my phone, and it's just these cars, just all these historic vehicles. And it's like, no, this history of Subaru is not a commentary on manufacturing. History of Subaru, somebody put the marketing material at the end of this playlist.
Wow.
They're funny.
Madness. Okay.
Highly recommend both of those records. And then you can avoid the other ones, I guess. There were still songs off of the other record, like Modern Muse. I liked that. It just sounds like a different band. It's still a good band, but it doesn't sound the same.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's that.
Nice. I have been listening to, once again, The Matches a lot. Their album, Yvonne Dahl Killed the Locals. From, I don't know, 2004-ish, 2003-ish, something like that. Very good shit. I like them a lot. They're like really good pop punk stuff, but they also get really weird, and they're all like super talented musicians, so it's not like entry level bullshit.
Like Serj Tankian was making fun of?
No. No, that's not. That's just the poppy. I considered like Blink-182 just more pop than anything at this point.
They are.
Yep. Kind of put Green Day in there as well.
Ouch, but yeah.
I mean, at least their last few records.
Yes.
Not their early shit.
Yeah, their new records are crap.
Which the same thing with Blink-182. I wouldn't consider their earliest stuff pop either. But yeah, The Matches, very good. Love them. Will recommend them forever to people who like pop punk because they do really interesting shit. And they only have like a couple records, and I'm like, I wish they had more stuff. They've put out like some live records fairly recently, which I have not checked out because it's just live versions of all their normal shit. So damn. But yeah, so there's that.
I'm out of music.
Okay, well then I got one more. Um, I decided that I wanted to listen to like some Zelda music, some video game music shit, whilst at work. So I just typed in Zelda into the YouTube Music app, and it came up with this album called Zelda and Chill by I don't know Michael, something like that, and the Game
I've heard
Chops.
this.
I like it. I like it a lot. It's cool.
Yeah, lo-fi versions of those things are usually pretty cool. I'll do that sometimes.
Yeah, like they did the Song of Storms, and the percussion is the fucking sound of cooking in Breath of the Wild. Like that was crazy. I was like, whoa, how the fuck you come up with this? This is
Those
really
chaps
cool.
do those chaps do smart stuff sometimes. I'll also just go and do like I'll type in the game, and then I'll type in Smash Ultimate, and they have all the playlists of all the different arrangements for that game that are in Smash Ultimate.
Weird.
And there's 6 hours of Mario music.
That's
There's
crazy.
two. Yeah, most of them only have most of them still have 2 or 3 hours of music available, but there's 6 hours of Mario music. That's cray. But yeah, for video
And
game
Mario
music, that's a
music
good
isn't even the
resource.
best one.
Jump Up in the Air
It's
is a
one of
bop.
the worst.
I'm
Which
learning
one?
Jump Up in the Air that came out for Odyssey, the first one with lyrics. It's like a swing song. It's
Oh
cute.
yeah. Sure.
I'm doing the Super Mario World overworld theme for the next ukulele thing,
Hell yeah.
which I did
And see,
upload.
that one's not bad. Like old Mario music is fucking great.
Yeah, because Koji Kondo's a boss.
Yeah. But then, like at a certain point, it just gets kind of boring. I think probably around Sunshine Time.
Yeah.
I think that's where it kind of all fades into like less memorable.
I did upload my gourmet race cover, but I did a
I didn't
bad
see
job. I did a bad
Why?
job, and I was like, I'm done with these takes. Well, it became like saying that I'm going to do these multiple times a month became this like, oh, I've got a practice thing, I got to do it, and then my sleep schedule got fucked up, and I was playing at night, and my hands got really cold, and I was playing while it was physically hurting to play, and I nailed most of the lines. It's also really hard to use a pick while you're smoking a cigar, and I committed to the cigar and the pick have to be in my hand, which was a stupid commitment, but I did it. And I've played it clean a bunch, but there's those galloping triplets. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all up. It's once you learn the patterns, it's not that hard because they're just kind of like repeating and modifying. But it's a busy ass line for your hands. You're going 5 frets and 2 strings constantly back and forth. And they're not.
Yeah.
It's not like you play a triplet on one string and then go to the next string and play a triplet. They run across the fretboard, so you have to strum and then stop and pick, and then it's a difficult piece. It's definitely the hardest piece I've ever played, and it made me step up my game so much, like just learning to play it. And I was excited to nail it on camera, and then I did it, and I was just like, dude, I can't. I have to clock in, and I can't keep waiting to do this. I can't keep I put off doing this cover for 2 weeks to learn it. And granted, it took me genuinely a week to learn it, but I've been playing this fucking song for a week. I played that song so much I couldn't remember how to play other songs. Every time that I would try to play something else on a different instrument, my hands would just start doing the rhythm for Gourmet Race. So the captured version was a dumb version. I was very sloppy on the triplets, but it's up. I'm done with it. Maybe I'll upload a good version at some point, but I conquered it. I can play it. It's done.
Prove it.
It's done. As I have previously mentioned, my ukulele's not working right now. I have enough strings left to play it, but it's inside.
I mean, I didn't mean right now. I mean,
Oh.
upload a thing where you're doing it.
I like the video I have. It's funny.
Okay. Well then, is it on? Where is it?
It's on Instagram and on Facebook.
Okay, I'll find it on Instagram then.
You gonna go watch it real quick?
No, I'll watch it after we're done here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's interesting.
I don't want to get off Discord
the
just
the
in case.
I couldn't cut it down to less than a minute because the song is long. That's another thing that made it hard to learn. It is longer than you think. It's only like a minute and a half, but
Yeah. It's only
memorize
20 minutes.
it's. Yeah, but I had to. It's not like, ew, god damn, there's so many mosquitoes. It's not like learning a song that has like a section that is just these chords and then they change a little bit for
Yeah.
the next thing. This thing is constantly evolving. It does repeat phrases, but every line's different, and I have to memorize all of the lines.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it was hard challenge.
Okay. Yeah, there's this, like, guitarist or whatever that I also came across when looking for Zelda music. Called, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Rashad or Ricard or Richard or something. EB. It's like RICHAADEB. Very, very talented guitarist. Did
Wait,
like
are
an
you trying to
amazing-
say Rabeh Mossad?
No.
Oh,
Nope, I know who that is. But like he did a cover of Gourmet Race is one of them. But he did this fucking amazing cover of Termina Field from Majora's Mask that is so freaking cool. It gets like really proggy and shit. It's amazing. So I recommend checking that out.
I'm never gonna do anything that good. I'm just not good, and that's okay because I'm just doing it for fun and to have something productive to do. But I promise, audience, I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna blow your mind. So.
I'm not trying to like tell you to. I'm just telling you to go listen to it. I'm not saying, hey, do this, Jeff. Be this guy. I'm just saying, I think you might enjoy this. It's cool.
I probably will, yeah, because I enjoy that type of stuff.
Yeah. But that's all the music I got.
So I guess we're on to games.
Games.
Did you play anything new?
Alright, so the game that I got for my Switch, because it was cheap, even though it's a kind of a game that I wouldn't normally like be super interested in, is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Which is pretty good. It's pretty cool.
No.
It's interesting.
I've never actually seen the gameplay for that. What is it?
It is a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up.
Like Final Fight?
I don't know. What's Final
Like Double
Fight?
Dragon?
Yeah, like Double Dragon. You're just kind of going through, and it gets like super brutal. Like there's not like blood or anything like that I've come across yet, but it's stuff where it's like, it's really interesting. So you're going across, and like you can like hit people, knock them out, and pick up their body and beat other people with their body and shit, which is like, this is really violent for a Scott Pilgrim game.
That's awesome.
And then, yeah, it's really cool. The combat is really interesting. The only issue I have with it is that it is really like, the movement for it is really kind of slow. Like the older games and stuff. Like it's got like a run mechanic and everything, but it takes some getting used to. And it's interesting, like the boss fights and stuff where you're fighting the X's and all that shit. Like getting to Lucas Lee, the fucking actor dude. It's interesting because you're basically on a film set, so you got all these people in costumes and shit. Like you're fighting these fucking like dinosaurs that are breathing fire at you and shit, but it's just like a dude in a costume that you gotta beat the shit out of. And then there's like these dudes that run by in like the fucking green suits with all the like balls all over them that you gotta fight as well.
That's funny.
Like it goes pretty in depth with all that. So it's like super fun to go through, and there's like different like hidden shit that you can find where you can like buy items and stuff that'll, you know, make you stronger and or heal you and stuff like that, because you're picking up money the whole time. You gotta dodge cars and buses and shit, because they pop up out of nowhere and just fucking murder you.
How much was
But
it?
yeah, it's pretty cool. Like $10 or $15, something like that. But it's like the full It's got like all the DLC and everything. It's like the complete super edition or whatever.
I ain't got that money right now, but I will soonish. I might pick it up. Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now you
It's
say
charming. It's got its stuff.
you say the run mechanic was difficult, but you don't run in Mario. So is it difficult or
It's not that it's like because it's on a like it's not like a strictly 2D plane. It's like you can move down and up kind of sort of, so it's got like the 2.5 shit. The issue is like whenever you get hit, you go really fucking slow. The running mechanic is the simple, like it's kind of like Smash Bros, where you just double click the joystick or whatever. But the movement is just kind of sluggish, like especially whenever you get hit, you're slow, and there's like obstacles and shit. But you can beat it. You can pick up baseball bats and things and just beat people to death with them, so that's fun.
I look forward to that. I haven't played a beat 'em up in a long time. I liked the Ninja Turtles.
Oh yeah, madness.
I suppose I'll
Those
do a
old
Genshin
games.
Impact update. I haven't played it this week at all, which is rare.
I wish it was on Switch. I would play it I would get back into it if it was on Switch.
That's fair. I hope it does come to Switch.
'Cause my controller is too shitty. Like I think about playing it every once in a while, and I'm just like, dude, I don't want to put up with that fucking controller.
That is enough to stop people from playing, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not get the 5-star Hu Tao. The Pyro
Why?
Claymore. I don't know. I put the wishes in. I did all the work. I was playing every day, and I just didn't get it. It sucks. And then now they put Venti as this event character. I already have Venti, but I got kind of drunk and I had some extra money, and I bought a bunch of wishes so I could get a 5-star weapon, and I did get the 5-star weapon. And I haven't really played that much since. Keegan's on the game now, so we can meet up and play. We've been playing
cool.
some Genshin. Yeah. And I need to get back into it. I feel like, oh yeah, so they put a dating sim in as one of the event quests, which I have not been playing. But you get rewards for reaching certain conclusions in the dating sims, and I started dating Noelle. Barbara was an option, but I figure I could just watch someone. Someone's gonna do the playthrough with Barbara. She's such a beloved character.
Okay, so how was it?
It was kind of like doing fetch quests with dialogue. It wasn't exciting or anything, but it was fun to see the characters. I got to get to know Noelle better, get more of her story, more of her personality, because she's a deep side character, but she's a party mainstay because she's one of the free characters, I believe. Yeah, it was. I would recommend doing that if you're playing the game anyway. It was fun. It was funny. Genshin Impact writing is funny, and when there's vague sexuality, it is fun. It's a good dating sim. I don't know if anyone gets naked or not. I imagine no, but I definitely want to.
In this probably E-rated game.
Yeah, it's definitely for everyone. Yes, and I will
Yeah.
probably just watch the Barbara one. And I know people are going to be uploading playthroughs of the Barbara quest line that are edited together well, because I still get r/Barbara mains sent to my email, and someone uploaded a video of how to get Barbara's happy voice back if you're playing on PC.
Wow.
Which, if I was on PC, I would have done it the first day that I heard Sad Barbara, because it's such a bummer. You just go to the assets folder and you delete the version, like it has the assets folders by patch update, and you still have all the files, and you can just go in, and the field expressions audio for the stuff that they do when they're throwing commands out and shit, none of that affects the gameplay. So if you deleted all that audio, the game still runs, you just can't hear anything. Like, you can hear the music and the sound effects, but you just don't get the voices. So you just go through and you delete the version 1.4 voice for Barbara, and it will pull up the old version. Or you can
Well,
move
that's cool.
or you can move the old version into that folder and rename it. So there is a way to get Happy Barbara back. We still don't know why we have Sad Barbara, but hearing them back to back again in
Because
that video,
people liked her too much.
such a bummer, dude. I hate using Barbara now. She's sad. She's just sad. She's... Yeah, so that was my Genshin update. Did you play anything other than Scott Pilgrim?
I did not. Oh, well, I was curious about Cadence of Hyrule, so I downloaded the demo for that on the Switch to see if I would be interested in that game as well. I don't know if I am or not. It's interesting, but also I don't know. The bits that I found some bits that were really hard that I couldn't figure out, so I'm like, I don't know if I like this that much.
The next Switch game I'm going to buy is coming from an independent developer. I think it releases this month or next month. It's either called Blue Fire or Blue Flame, and people were calling it Dark Souls Zelda because you got to put one of those into every description of any video game. But it's a 3D platformer. It looks a lot like a dark version of Wind Waker. It does have a roll and mechanic, and it seems like it might have a parry mechanic. But the platforming looks insane. The world looks beautiful. The controls look like they're going to be fun and smooth. I love 3D platformers, like Hat in Time. And this looks like it will be in that vein. It's either Blue Fire or Blue Flame. I'm not sure. One of those.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. But of course, I spent $140 to play Smash Brothers. And Keegan said, "Hey, I want an excuse to do the World of Light story mode again. Go ahead and tell me what you want your information to be, and I'll unlock all the characters and do that." And I never sent him that information, and I had to unlock every character again. And it's not giving them to me with regular frequency. Like it's supposed to be like if you play 10 minutes of the versus mode, a new character will appear, and you only have to unlock like, I don't know, fucking 60-something characters that way. But it's not giving me that many characters. I've been working on my side characters while I do that. Like, I haven't been playing Piranha Plant. I've been playing Jigglypuff and Young Link. Okay. And I got bored of beating up level 3s, and I got bored of beating up level 6s. And it's not win-based, it's time-based. So I started doing level 9 computers. And dude, I think that they're using a machine learning algorithm to study top level plays, because I've been getting not just beaten, I've been getting teabagged by computers. Like, they stand on the ledge and they teabag. They also do what's called dash dancing, which is where you just grab the left stick of the controller and wiggle it back and forth so you like disappear behind your dash cloud. They're doing shit like that. They're doing really, really saucy shit. They're doing stuff that a computer would never think to do. And it's really hard to... Usually when you fight an AI, you can train them a lot faster than you can train a human and predict what they're going to do. And that's called reading. And you get good reads that lead to hard punishes. And a punish should get you to your kill setup. And these things are smarter than me. Like, I'm winning most of the time, but a lot of times I'm losing, and I'm not winning by a ton. Like, if I go in with Plant, I'll since I know his movement so well and all of his setup so well, I'll get a 3-stock or a 2-stock. But playing Jigglypuff or Young Link, I'm clawing at these dudes, and they teabag me, and they're computers. That's not okay to teabag. You're a computer. That's not a tactical move. That's hilarious. There's no benefit to doing shit like that. They've also been doing stuff that is visibly unsafe. Like, it's not uncommon for a pro player to go deep into the blast zone to kill someone, especially if it's the last stock situation. And I had that happen like 4 times the other day, where that bubble came up like they were about to hit the blast line, and just so they could hit me one more time and get back to stage. Or sometimes if it's last stock, they don't care if they get back to stage. They're just doing saucy ass shit. It's absurd. There's no way that they were programmed to behave that way, because there's no advantage to doing that. They have to be taking gameplay footage and teaching the AI, because the computers, these are definitely, and I've heard it talked about, these are hands down the hardest level 9 computers of any Smash Brothers game. They're smart.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely there's a reason to teabag you, Jeff. There's a good reason for the AI to do that, and it's to break your morale.
If it's just learning from my gameplay, I teabag on everybody. I love teabagging. It's funny.
Ah, see, it learned it from watching you.
Well, if it tried to learn dash dancing from me, my dash dance is slow. It's pretty embarrassing. I have to, if I'm gonna get a good dash dance, I have to grab the stick. I'm not playing on my usual GameCube controllers right now. Keegan bought some USB GameCube controllers that he doesn't like or use, so he gave me one, which is good because John wasn't awake while I was in town picking up my shit, so I couldn't go get any of my shit out of the garage. So I don't have my GameCube adapter that lets me plug my vintage GameCube controllers in. So,
Gotcha.
and the travel distance on this USB GameCube controller is so far, it doesn't feel right. It feels really bad. So I can't. It's too far to get a good dash dance on somebody. But I definitely dash back and forth to get whiff punishes because I'm Jigglypuff and I can't start anything without a whiff punish. So they could have learned it from that. But I doubt it. I think they're getting online data, and there's a whole lot of nasty shit online. But I had someone, I can't remember what character I was fighting. They had an item and they Z-dropped it on me. And that's not something I've ever seen a computer do before. You jump up in the air and you hit Z and it drops straight down. And that's not how you use most items. That's how you get combo setups for a lot of things like Link. Because his bomb bounces and it has a small hitbox. So you can slightly stun somebody and set up a hit and then throw the bomb at them. Or if you Z-drop really carefully while someone's trying to hit you with a smash attack, they'll just pick up the weapon and then you can punish them. And I've never seen
awesome.
that. Yeah, that's
I
tactical.
think that's
really
great
smart.
that computers are doing that shit.
Dude, I don't want to see that shit. Especially if they start learning, like, because Diddy Kong has an infinite loop combo, which should be banned. But they've been trying to, every time they put out a patch to make it not possible, somebody finds a way. But he Z-drops the banana and then turns that into a bunch of combos where you get hit with this fucking banana 8 times. The most recent patch just made it to where he can't pull out as many bananas as often. So, yeah, that's the solution, is that once every few minutes you might get your ass kicked with the... But, dude, that's a red cardinal. There's all sorts of birds in the yard right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Super Smash Brothers computers are too fucking saucy, and it's kind of entertaining.
Yeah, I think that's great. Like, that's, like, making it actually difficult, because there's got to be, on the older Smash games where it's literally, like, you know, no internet and shit, there's got to reach a point where it's like, okay, I can beat all the level 9s super easy. Like, now it's more difficult. Make you a better player.
It's exciting. And I went and did some Wi-Fi tournament, and I was actually playing over Wi-Fi, and I was still doing pretty good with Jigglypuff. I've learned some stuff. It is upgrading my ability to play my side characters better just to get matchup experience. I'll probably do something more focused, like learn matchups that are hard for me. Like, for some reason, I still struggle against Ganondorf. He just hits too hard. He's not a threat for Piranha Plant. Like, if I ever ran into Keegan in a tournament, if it was a serious game against Keegan, he mains Ganondorf. He's really good at Ganondorf. But if it was like, if I'm out for blood, my plant will beat his Ganondorf every time. I lose a lot of games to him while I'm playing more casually and having more fun. But if it's like, all right, this is it. If there's $1 on the table, someone's got to buy a Coke. I'm gonna take that.
Whole $1? You can't get a Coke for $1. What are you on about?
You can get a can of Coke from a gas station for $1.
Are you sure?
And you can get a big gulp for 89 cents.
Oh, that's true. Well, there you go.
Yeah, Smash Brothers. I still recommend it, I guess. But yeah, I'm playing it again.
I guess.
I'm getting cheesed pretty hard. I'm having a lot of fun with the computers for once. It's nice.
Yeah, I was looking at it whenever I got my Switch, and I was looking through games and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't really want to get Smash Brothers because I like doing that like in person.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't feel like a single player thing to me, and that was kind of the thing with a lot of these games that I'm looking at are either like Like there was a few that I was thinking about getting, like Mario Odyssey. I kind of sort of want to play that one.
I forgot about that. That would be a good one.
Yeah, but there's not a whole lot there. Like Pokemon Sword and Shield, I want to get, but like it's like for that plus the DLC, it comes out to like $100 or something. And I'm just like, Breath of the Wild 2 is happening at some point, and we got the new Pokemon Gen 4 remakes and Legends Arceus or whatever. Pokemon Snap is a thing, but I didn't really like the first one, so probably not going to get that one.
Metroid Prime 4 has been confirmed, but there's no trailers or anything yet. And I'm going to get that. I'll get that on launch day.
Hell yeah. I'll definitely get Breath of the Wild 2 on launch day.
Oh, fuck
And then I will stay home.
Yeah, I'm going to call into work a bunch.
Like, I got games to play, I'm sorry. Hopefully it comes out around the time I want to take my vacation. And then I can just sit here and waste my life away.
Maybe by that point I'll be doing more editing and, like, I don't know. I feel like I could replace, especially since work is being so flexible and letting me work half of my hours, which is still, it's kind of sad. Like, the job sucks so much that people will leave it. I'm making $18.50 an hour, so working 20 hours a week, I still make more than I would be making at like $9 or $10 an hour full time.
Damn, that's crazy.
It is crazy, and I don't have that much for bills right now. Like, part of me wants to say, let's go full time so I can make a bunch of money and buy a bunch of stuff and get ready to, move out in hopefully a year or less. But also, it's just like I'm struggling to do the 20 hours a week. I need to do something about the anxiety. Yeah, because I'm getting shittier. It's not productive.
Yeah, I'm starting to look at like overtime shit if there's any possible for that. Because I need more money.
Doing overtime is cool if you don't hate your job that much. Security was, I let them walk over me too much in security. Definitely doing entire summers of 80-hour weeks with no weekends was too much. Terrible. Yeah, I burnt myself out doing that. But, that's also how I was able to afford the editing rig, some camera stuff, all the audio equipment, all the stuff that I owned before John owned all the shit. I worked a lot of overtime to get that stuff. It was worth it.
Yeah. I need to computer, car, and move out of this apartment. That's where I'm at.
I'd do the overtime for that if I could handle it. That's all the games I did. My goal is to get myself to be sleeping by 1 or 2 in the morning, and then up by 11 or something. If I go to sleep at 2, I should wake up at 10. But yeah, start doing more morning shit, communicating with the parents, because they're still like normal social people. So if they see me, they have to say something, and talk about stuff, and then they don't understand. Yeah, they don't understand. I am so comfortable in silence that it's not weird if we don't talk for the whole day. It's really not. And I don't mind jumping in and having conversations and stuff, but they're preparing for this trip, and I guess they think I hate them now because they kept stopping me while I was walking around to tell me where the coffee and the food was while they were gone. Like, I haven't been here for 4 weeks, and I've been drinking coffee and eating food. I don't know. I think I made them feel like I don't like them and that they're shitty or something, and that I'm shitty as well. And I don't know. I gotta be nicer to them when they come back.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah, and being up earlier would help give them some time to annoy me, and then I'll come back outside and smoke and have the coffee and do the instruments, and then I'll go do work.
Hell yeah.
Because staying up late's also stopping me from picking up that fucking notebook, because I had so much to do with the Kirby song. I was just like, I can't spend 2 hours writing right now. I've got to work on this Kirby song.
Sure.
Yeah, and then I have to unlock Smash characters. I have so many responsibilities with goofing off that I can't make time to fuck.
That's how I
Yeah.
felt about the podcast recently. I'm like, getting kind of behind. I need to set everything aside and just get some of these out. So that's why those ones came out. And I'm like half done with last podcast. Hopefully gonna get that done tomorrow. It should be up on Monday. Yeah.
No pressure. I don't care. We do this for us, not them.
Yeah.
There's so
I
many.
just
fucking
like having
shit
the
to
I just like having the chapters on it, man. That's the big thing. I don't really cut much out. It's got more to do with the whole I want to have the chapters on the YouTube channel.
The chapters are fancy. It does make us look legit.
Yeah. Hell yeah. But that's all I got.
I was just about to say that's all I got.
Well, there we go. That's all we got.
Let me put my phone down and my cigar down. Grab just ParQ.
Okay.
Oh, is there even room to fucking play this giant fucking goof ass instrument? Fucking. Oh.
Get
my
yourself
God.
an upright bass.
I'm holding it vertical like a mariachi player right now.